Welcome to Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. What we're doing is we're turning our compost over. This pile right here that he's working on is the already done compost. We're still just mixing it in. And then behind him we have a second compost that we're working on for next year. So enjoy, and I will talk to you a little bit more about composting in a moment. Okay, you see that bear right there? That's for target shooting for bows. So anyways, what we do is we layer like lasagna. So you're gonna put your like twigs and brush and stuff like that on the bottom. You can do it in any order you want. Grass clippings, soil, animal manure, animal bedding. And what you want to do is you want to layer all those things, a little bit of water here and there, and then you turn it and it heats up and it decomposes. I did some branches last year on the bottom of a pile, and they were probably about 2 and 3 inch thick branches that I put on the bottom of the pile. In 3 weeks those branches were completely decomposed. So we also put our food scraps in there because we don't do garbage service. So what we do is we have some garbage cans in the garage, and our glass items, what we do is we rinse them out and we put them in one garbage bin. We have a cardboard bin. What else do we have? Some of the plastics that you get bin. And we just go like every 6 to 8 weeks to the dump, and it costs us like 21 bucks every 6 to 8 weeks to do that. And just make sure everything's rinsed out well. You can put in your compost pile paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls. Just rip them apart and put them in there. That's good, and just keep layering it. And so I wanted to show you something else. This is a compost bin. And the lid comes off. I can't get it off. But anyways, I used to use that composting bin. I found it in my old neighborhood, and it had a sign that said free. So in my old neighborhood, I started composting in my backyard a little bit. So you can do something like that. You can start small scale. They even have some barrels that you can turn. So the smaller that you compost, you'll want to turn it every day, and there won't be any stink. So if you're adding to it every morning or whenever you have time, every evening, you add all your different elements that you have for the day, and you're gonna want to use either a shovel or a pitchfork. And you're just gonna get in there and turn it. So you can go smaller, but obviously we have cows and chickens and goats and you know, your garden scraps and whatever. Some things we don't put in the compost, like maybe like grapevines or sticker bush type things, or maybe like if I find worms on the fruit trees and stuff like that. So, and when you're looking at those railroad ties there, or I'm not sure if that's what those are called. Anyways, we got those on a really good deal, and we're gonna end up lining the sides of this area. So we have this pea gravel area, which used to be a manufactured home here, and there are rocks. We've tried building the soil up and whatnot for quite a long time, and we put down the fabric and pea gravel. The weeds just pluck right out so easy. Anyways, we decided to do a raised garden, so we're slowly adding raised beds, and this is what we call our orchard upper garden, because there's our orchard, and there's another target for bow shooting. So anyways, I hope I answered some of your questions. It's not difficult. Like I said, you can do smaller scale, a smaller amount, just you'll want to turn it more often, you know, just to help it decompose a lot quicker and get creative of what you can compost. It's pretty good soil to use in your garden beds without having to pay for it or wonder where it came from. So that pile of compost that he's turning currently is the one that we're cooking for next year. So we'll keep adding garden scraps and whatnot, and every now and then you'll want to water it and get that turned in. It needs a little bit of water so you can get those good micro buggies and stuff like that all going, and worms. There's worms in this, so some good stuff. But you can already tell that it looks pretty good, pretty composted. But a lot of your manures, you want them to compost for longer. Rabbit manure you can use right away. So all manures have different times, so do your research. But this is one thing that you can implement in your home without having to count on garbage service, you know, and going to the big box stores and buying things that you don't necessarily know where they come from. Doesn't have any particular way of doing it other than just getting it turned. Got some grass, lawn mowing pieces right here. It'll all be added and ooh, you can see the steam. I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming off that. right there. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us today. Get to composting. You can do it. Why not? Thank you. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Have a beautiful day.